Fyodor Dostoyevsky's is not just a crime novel. It's a harrowing journey into the darkest recesses of the human psyche. It's a philosophical exploration of guilt, morality, and the possibility of redemption. Through the tormented figure of Rodion Raskolnikov, Dostoyevsky confronts us with uncomfortable questions about the nature of good and evil, the burden of conscience, and the price of transgression. This is not a story for the faint of heart. It delves into the abyss of human despair, the agonizing consequences of transgression, and the search for meaning in a world seemingly devoid of it. Raskolnikov's journey is a descent into madness, a brutal confrontation with the limits of his own intellect and the devastating power of guilt. Prepare to be challenged, to be disturbed, and to be forced to confront the shadows within yourself. For is a journey into the heart of darkness, a stark reminder of the fragility of human morality and the enduring power of conscience. At the heart of lies Rodion Raskolnikov, a destitute former student consumed by his own brilliance and driven to the brink by poverty and despair. He develops a dangerous theory, a belief that he is an extraordinary being, an Übermensch, above the constraints of ordinary morality. This delusion fuels his horrific act, the murder of an avaricious pawnbroker. He justifies his crime as a necessary evil, a means to an end that will ultimately benefit society. But the murder, far from liberating him, becomes the catalyst for his mental and spiritual disintegration. Plagued by paranoia, hallucinations, and a crushing sense of guilt, Raskolnikov embarks on a torturous journey of self-discovery. He is torn between the desire to confess and the fear of punishment, between his belief in his own exceptionalism and the crushing weight of his actions. His descent into madness is both terrifying and deeply human, a stark reminder of the fragility of the human psyche when confronted with the consequences of its own darkness. Raskolnikov's theory of the Übermensch, inspired by the philosophy of Nietzsche, posits the existence of extraordinary individuals who are exempt from conventional morality. These select few, he believes, are destined to shape history, to transcend the limitations of good and evil in pursuit of a higher purpose. This dangerous ideology, laced with arrogance and a chilling disregard for human life, serves as the intellectual justification for Raskolnikov's crime. He sees himself as one of these exceptional beings, believing that the murder of the pawnbroker will prove his transcendence. However, Dostoyevsky masterfully dismantles this dangerous notion. Far from liberating him, the act of murder plunges Raskolnikov into a living hell. It exposes the fallacy of his theory, revealing the devastating consequences of embracing such an egocentric and morally bankrupt worldview. Through Raskolnikov's downfall, Dostoyevsky warns us of the dangers of intellectual pride, the seductive allure of power, and the potential for even the most brilliant minds to be corrupted by darkness. While it is undoubtedly a philosophical novel, it is equally a visceral exploration of guilt and its impact on the human psyche. Raskolnikov, despite his attempts at self-justification, is relentlessly pursued by the specter of his crime. His guilt manifests in nightmares, hallucinations, and a growing paranoia that threatens to consume him. He is haunted by the faces of his victims, their presence a constant reminder of the gravity of his actions. Dostoyevsky masterfully conveys the psychological torment of a guilty conscience, the way it eats away at the soul, leaving no respite, no escape from the weight of transgression. Through Raskolnikov's agony, we are forced to confront the inescapable nature of guilt, the indelible mark it leaves on the human spirit. Section 5. Redemption through suffering, a path to atonement. A glimmer of hope emerges from the depths of Raskolnikov's despair in the form of Sonia, a young woman forced into prostitution to support her family. Sonia, despite her own suffering, embodies compassion, faith, and an unwavering belief in the possibility of redemption. She urges Raskolnikov to confess his crime, not just to the authorities but to himself and to God. She believes that through suffering and acceptance of responsibility, he can find a path to atonement. Their relationship, though unconventional, highlights the transformative power of love and forgiveness. Sonia's unwavering belief in Raskolnikov's inherent goodness, even in the face of his horrific actions, offers him a glimmer of hope, a chance to confront his demons and seek redemption. Section 6. The Limits of Reason. When Logic Fails Humanity is a powerful critique of rationalism and its limitations. Raskolnikov, a product of the Enlightenment, places his faith in logic and reason, believing that his intellect can elevate him above the constraints of morality. However, his crime and its aftermath expose the flaws in his rationalistic worldview. He discovers that reason, divorced from compassion and empathy, can lead to chillingly cold and inhumane conclusions. His intellectual justifications for murder crumble in the face of the emotional and spiritual devastation it unleashes. Through Raskolnikov's downfall, Dostoyevsky argues that true understanding and moral clarity cannot be achieved through intellect alone. He suggests that faith, compassion, and an acknowledgement of something greater than ourselves are essential for navigating the complexities of the human condition. Section 7, A Timeless Mirror: Crime and Punishment's Enduring Relevance. Published in 1866, remains as relevant and thought-provoking today as it was in Dostoyevsky's time. Its exploration of guilt, morality, and redemption transcends cultural and historical boundaries, speaking to the very core of the human experience. The novel's themes of social inequality, poverty, and the allure of radical ideologies continue to resonate in our modern world. Raskolnikov's struggle with his conscience, his search for meaning in a seemingly meaningless world, and his yearning for redemption are timeless and universal human experiences, serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of human morality, the enduring consequences of our actions, and the constant struggle between our darker impulses and our capacity for compassion and redemption. Section 8. The unanswered question, can murder ever be justified? One of the most unsettling aspects is its refusal to offer easy answers. Dostoyevsky does not shy away from depicting the brutality of Raskolnikov's crime or the profound suffering it inflicts. Yet he also forces us to confront the complex web of circumstances that contribute to Raskolnikov's descent, poverty, alienation, and the intoxicating allure of his own intellect. This nuanced approach leaves the reader grappling with uncomfortable questions. Can murder ever be justified even when committed with seemingly noble intentions? Is there a point at which the ends justify the means, or are certain actions inherently wrong, regardless of the circumstances? Offers no easy answers, forcing us to confront the complexities of morality and the gray areas that exist within every human heart. Section 9. The Depths of the Human Soul. A Dostoyevskian exploration, stands as a testament to Fyodor Dostoyevsky's profound understanding of the human condition. Through his masterful use of psychological realism, Dostoyevsky plunges us into the depths of Raskolnikov's tormented mind, forcing us to confront the darkness that resides within us all. He challenges us to examine our own beliefs, our own capacity for both good and evil, and our understanding of justice and redemption is not simply a story about a crime and its consequences. It is a journey into the labyrinthine corridors of the human soul, a literary masterpiece that continues to haunt and provoke readers centuries after its creation. It is a timeless exploration of guilt, morality, and the enduring human struggle for meaning and redemption in a world often devoid of both.